Tony, we need you over here. We're fighting Thanos.
Well, I can't, Steve. I'm buying cosmetics.
Well, hurry it up, will ya? We need you over here now.
I can't find them.
What do you mean you can't find them?
I can't find them. There's only gear.
Well, get out of the gear aisle.
Alright, you don't have to shout at me. There's still only gear.
There's what?
I said there's still only gear.
Go to the next aisle.
There's just more gear.
Where are you right now?
I'm at gear.
What do you mean you're at gear?
I'm at gear.
What store are you at?
I'm at the gear store.
Why are you buying cosmetics at the gear store?
Ah! Okay, they're over here.
Hey, what's up, Internet people? It's Todd here again. Here to talk about the new Avengers game and why all the reviews are lying to you. Or at least all the reviews on YouTube, anyway, are lying to you. Maybe not all of them, but a large majority of them. A surprising majority that I've seen. Or maybe I just attracted a bunch of negative attention. I don't know why that is. But as you've probably guessed, a lot of the reviews for this game, if you haven't heard about this game at all, it's the new Avengers game, just titled Marvel's Avengers, released by Square Enix. So in this game you get to play as Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Miss Marvel, or the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel, the newest one from the comics. Not only is it a story-driven experience, but it's also got multiplayer missions as well, so you can play it online with your friends, get your own Avengers team together, and just have a blast. But a lot of the reviews I've seen on YouTube have made a bunch of accusations towards this game that I think are very unfair, and if you've actually played the game, I struggle to see how anyone can make these accusations. So one of the accusations I hear from this game a lot is that it's nothing more than a microtransactions farm, or it's basically a game designed to strip you of your money, take money from your wallet, and it's a pay-to-win game. And it's just... nothing could be further from the truth. This game is being treated like Battlefront 2 was at launch with the whole loot boxes controversy, right? That was a major microtransactions, issue, and that deserved a lot of the hate it got, and it got fixed, thankfully. But like with that system, in order to level up your heroes or gain any like the XP you needed to make your heroes better, you needed to open loot boxes to get the star cards, which you could earn, but you could also pay for them. It just pretty much turned the game into a pay-to-win system, especially when you're like dealing with a multiplayer game where you're fighting against other people. That's really problematic. And it also kind of encouraged gambling as well, so that whole system was flawed and deserved a lot of the hate it got. Now, to be clear as well, that game is no longer like that at all. In fact, it just ended its live service, but it is, for the past few years, been amazing. And they reworked the entire game so that the level up system was much more in line with other games. But people are acting like Avengers is just like that. And I cannot understand how they're getting that idea. Like, have they even played the game? Sure, there are microtransactions, but they're 100% optional, and you do not have to spend a single penny in this game to do anything. Even on the marketplace, yes, there are cosmetic items you can buy on the marketplace that you can spend real money on. But the currency that they use are credits to buy those items, and you can earn credits in the game. You don't have to buy the credits. You can just play the game and do the challenge cards, and you get the credits you need to buy those cosmetic items that are on the marketplace. And by cosmetic items, I mean like skins and like nameplates, stuff like that. Things that have absolutely no bearing on your combat whatsoever. So it's only cosmetic items that you really can pay for, but it's 100% optional. And also, the marketplace isn't the only place to get skins. There are a lot of skins in the game that you can only get by playing the game. There's an in-market vendor that uses units to buy those items, those cosmetic items, and only cosmetic items. However, you can't buy units in this game. You have to earn them by playing the game, by opening boxes that you find in levels, or by leveling up your faction score with S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Inhumans, or simply by doing the hero challenges and you get them as rewards on the challenge card. So that's another way you can get cosmetic items. Or if you complete certain missions, you get patterns that you can unlock, and you get a random skin, and that's 100% free. And some skins are only available in the patterns. In fact, a large majority of the skins are only available with the patterns. So only a small percentage of the skins in this game are accessible on the marketplace. A majority of the skins either come from the patterns, the in-market vendors that use units to buy them, or on the challenge cards, which you unlock by playing the game, essentially. You complete hero challenges and you unlock the other cosmetic items. Now, you can use credits to sort of skip over the challenges if you want to, but again, that's optional. This game, you can play 100% without paying for anything in this game. You can play it 100% free to play if you want to. Sure, you can use real money to buy some things, but I honestly don't see what's wrong with that. So many other games, for so many years, have had that option. You want to buy DLC, you want to buy cosmetics, you want to buy new weapons for your heroes. Games have done that for years, and it's never been an issue, and I don't know why all of a sudden with Avengers it's suddenly a problem. Especially since everything else in this game is free. There is no paid DLC. There is going to be tons of new content coming to this game that is 100% free. Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are coming to this game, like, this month, and they're going to be 100% free. Same with Black Panther when he shows up, and all the other potential heroes that may be coming out, like War Machine and Captain Marvel or Doctor Strange or She-Hulk. All of them will be 100% free. So all of these reviews claiming that it's just trying to milk you of your money are lying to you. This game has a ton of customization with the heroes, which makes a lot of the heroes feel very unique, which is another accusation I've heard as well about this game that makes no sense either, is that all of the heroes feel the same. And I'm just like, have you played the game? All of the heroes have such unique abilities, and the skill tree that's there, right, when you level up your hero and you get a bunch of skill points to change their combat abilities, you can customize them in the way you want. If you want a ranged Hulk, you can have a ranged Hulk. Now, most people choose to have a tank Hulk, one that takes a lot of damage and is going to, taunt the enemy to come and attack him, so to take the fire off of his teammates, which is a fair way to play as the Hulk. It's how I do it. But if you want to have a ranged Hulk, one that just keeps throwing boulders at people, you can. Like, that's the freedom you have with this game, which means your Hulk is going to play differently than someone else's Hulk. And each individual hero has their own unique abilities that make them feel much different. Like, if I'm playing as Captain America, and then I swap over to playing as Thor, which I usually do because those are my two favorite characters to play as in this game, I have to change my strategies quite a bit because Thor and Captain America play very differently. They have some similarities. My strategies have to change. Same thing if I play as Iron Man or Black Widow or the Hulk. And each one has unique heroic abilities that do different things. Some of them are similar, but there aren't that many similarities. Just because they all have light attacks and heavy attacks and heroic abilities doesn't mean they're all the same. Like, that's pretty much the argument I hear is, well, you press X to do a light attack and you do some combos, and you press Y for heavy attack, well, at least on the Xbox controller anyway, and that's pretty much the combat of the game. Okay, sure, but that doesn't mean all of them are exactly the same. What were you expecting every hero to have different buttons to press for the combat? Like, that's kind of weird. Would you expect Hulk to do his punches by pressing A and Captain America to do his punches by pressing X? Like, what were you expecting? Right, just because Captain America and Black Widow both use, hand-to-hand combat tactics in the battlefield doesn't mean they play the exact same way. In my opinion, these characters feel very different. That's one of the things I actually like about this game. But that's not to say this game doesn't have issues. Like, there is some areas where this game deserves some of the hate it gets. Like, this game has a lot of bugs. That's a very fair criticism of this game. The devs released a patch that fixed like 1,000 bugs. The fact that there were 1,000 bugs in the game in the first place is an issue. And there's still bugs in this game. Personally, for me, as long as the bugs aren't game-breaking and don't affect my ability to play the game, I don't care that much. Should there be absolutely no bugs in this game? Sure, but every game does. There are some narrative problems as well when you get into the story, like with Kamala. A lot of the game feels like it's just hero worship, or at least the heroes worshiping her. Kind of feels like one of those self-insert stories where someone meets their heroes and all the heroes do is praise and adore them for how great they are. Although I wouldn't go as far as to say that Kamala's a Mary Sue or anything like that. Because, you could make that argument because, the Mary Sue term came from a story like that where the character was put into a Star Wars fanfiction. Her name was Mary Sue, and everyone on the Star Trek Enterprise loved her and thought she was amazing in everything she did. But there are other things that qualify someone as a Mary Sue, and Kamala struggles. She's not all powerful. In fact, she has a lot of situations in the game where her powers fail her. And she's definitely a well thought out character. I actually really like Kamala Khan as a character, not only in the comics, but in this game, she's still pretty great. I like her bubbly personality. It's a nice contrast from all the darkness that's in this game. Like, but that's a small criticism I have of this game, but it's not enough for me to hate this game, you know? And another valid criticism for this game is that there just aren't enough bosses to fight in the game. Like, the game relies heavily, especially with multiplayer specifically, the game uses Taskmaster and Abomination as their two bosses that you fight all the time. And it's like you couldn't have added a few more. Like, in the story of the multiplayer, AIM has cloned Taskmaster and Abomination to explain why you keep fighting Abomination and Taskmaster over and over and over again, and you're just fighting clones of them. You couldn't have added a few more bad guys like Crossbones, or I don't know, even like Batroc the Leaper or something, Living Laser, Whirlwind. I mean, you could have used a ton of B-list villains to throw in this game, and that would have been fine, but you just keep using these two villains. It gets really old really fast. But those are really the only valid complaints I think you can make of this game. Like, everything else about this game is pretty fun, and I think most reviewers, like, if you read the online reviews or this gamer score reviews from individual players, that's pretty much the thought process between a lot of people playing this game. It's like they think it's fun. It has a lot of problems with the bugs, but at the end of the day, it's still a fun game. And if you want my overall thoughts on it, I actually really enjoy this game. It's one of my favorite superhero games to have come out in a long time. If you fix the bugs and maybe add a few more villains to the game, I think it will be almost perfect. But yeah, those are my basic thoughts of this game. I actually really enjoy it. And I definitely don't think it deserves a lot of the hate it gets. Well, anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say at this point. This was kind of a rant video, so I'm sorry if not all of my thoughts were 100% concise or well put together. I didn't really script this. This is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I kind of had to get off my chest. So I just had to say something about it. This is a really fun game. If you haven't actually played it, I highly recommend you do, because this game is a lot of fun. It is, especially when you play with friends. I play it solo as well, but when I can get online with my friends, like, this is a really fun game. Me getting to play as Thor, and then my buddies are playing as Iron Man and Captain America, or the Hulk or something, and we're taking down AIM bots and beating up Abomination or something. Like, that's a lot of fun. Sure, we may run into a few glitches here and there, but we just laugh it off because, you know, they're funny, unless they're game breaking, and then we're like, okay, this is stupid. But yeah, I think it's a fun, interactive game that allows you to play the Avengers as you would want to play as them. And it definitely just does not deserve a lot of the hate it gets. So, anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. If you guys like this video, you like these style videos, well, I usually do more scripted videos and a little funnier videos than this. So, if this is your first time watching this video, hi, welcome here. If you liked what you saw here, maybe check out some of my other videos. And if you like my channel, then maybe consider subscribing. You know, it really helps out. We just had a few new recent subscribers. We're now at 34 subscribers. Thank you to Brady McCormick and Sonic EXER for being my most recent subscribers. If you want a shout out in this video, or the next video, not this video, because it's a little late to get a shout out in this video, subscribe and comment down below that you subscribed. Also, maybe if you're inclined, hit the like button. That'd help my channel out a lot. Or you could dislike it, you know. Any feedback is good feedback. Well, I better get back to Avengers. I've been playing for 2 weeks straight, you know, without sleep. And it's been great. I've really grounded out my heroes. I got everyone almost to 150 power. I'm not addicted at all. What are you talking about? I can stop whenever I want. Anyway, yeah, so I better get back to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.